Well, good morning, everyone, and I'm so sorry for the delay. There's a technical issue going on, which is not allowing me to broadcast Zoom live on my own page. So it's on my Robert's Nidra page. I don't know whether because there's been an alteration to the system last night about Facebook and changing the way it works. I don't know, but I haven't got time or the inclination to find out. So it's 10:17, and you're probably not watching this live. Um, so in order to do that, I will repost this afterwards on my personal Nidra Facebook page, actually on my Facebook page. So I promised myself not to talk too much because, I was doing a yoga class online yesterday, and the class I was doing, the guy was teaching an awful lot and explaining what he was doing, and that interrupted the flow of everything. So I'm going to try and avoid that today. So, as I've said, my name is Robert, for those who don't know me, and I'm a yoga Nidra teacher. And today I've set up to talking about an inner peace Nidra. And you can see I have set up the behind me with lovely old hippie slogans, of which I am a bit of an old age hippie, and make love, not war, and the other one just above. Inner peace. Peace. So today will not be about a political rant, although I would love to do one, about how the resources of the planet are being placed into war, and the fact that we can destroy our planet so many times already, and pursuing an outer objective of war and peace, making war okay in the wartime, and it's not okay in the peacetime, feels just off. And if this pursuit of finding peace through fear and weapons worked, I think by now the mankind would be at peace, and we're not. It just doesn't work. So my whole focus will be on finding something within us. So I suppose if you were to ask all of us on the planet what we crave, not crave, but what we desire, our deeper desire, it's not a want, it's not a need. There's something deeper desire there which draws us to being at peace. How do we become at peace? So, for the first part of the Nidra, I'm just going to play you a song. You can just get comfortable. It's 4 minutes. And I wrote a song about how perhaps we can become more in tune with the peaceful side of our being. And I wrote this after I saw some terrible carnage on the television screen, which was live, being broadcast across the world, of destruction. And it is called the War of Destruction. And if you'll bear with me for a second, I am just going to line it up. So just sit comfortably, and you can have your eyes open or closed, and just have a little listen.
Certainly, my friends, it does not take long for the powerful to drop their bombs far away from where it's made. The cry of the innocent never seems to fade. Stop this eruption, this war of destruction. Come on, let's not blame our sister's nation or some invisible creation. Every time we lift our destroy, never forget, we're just a little girl or boy, just a little girl or boy. Oh Lord, when we'll stop this eruption, this war of destruction. Let us never forget that we all live here together, and when we harm ourselves, we harm our brothers. In the name of our gods, we justify our actions, a difference of opinion, a knee-jerk reaction. A difference of opinion, a nuclear reaction. Oh Lord, when we'll stop this eruption. Oh Lord, we gotta stop this eruption, this war of destruction. Do we really listen to our heart's desires, heaping those dead on the funeral pyres, laying down our arms? That's the only defense, just you and me. Set us free. That's the only way to set us free. Oh Lord, when we'll stop this eruption. We gotta stop this eruption, this war of destruction.
So separation and unity. Separation and unity. The difference between me and mine and ours. So we're going to now find our furry friends. I've got Montague Erskine, who I'm just going to go and collect. I've got two actually. I've got Montague Erskine the first. You probably can't see Montague Erskine the second. No, you can't. But I'm just going to whip over and get him. And you may have a real furry friend, either past or here with us now, and there has sort of evokes feelings of, I hope, kindness, love, open-heartedness, unconditional love. So let's just prepare ourselves and assume the position on this, again, amazing sunny day here in London. You may be outside, you may be on a couch, you may be on your yoga mat and having a bolster for your knees, under your knees, and a cover for your eyes. And during this Yoga Nidra, there will be a 10-minute music that I created for my Headlines meditation album called Shanti. Which is the Sanskrit word for peace. So I can't really talk about peace. But hopefully when our system is aligned, we feel peaceful. The Nidra can bring us to a sense of Shanti. By slowly naming the parts of our body, which we will be doing, paradoxically, we can limit the connection with our outer senses and focus more by withdrawing into our inner sense of peace. It's there for everyone. So let's close our eyes. and know that we are perfectly, completely protected. Although we might experience a little bit of fear and adrenaline, for now, we can drop that. We can drop all notions of the world being scary. We can feel a cocoon around us. Which, as we breathe, may be whispering something, an awareness, a deepening of our awareness begins to happen just by laying down and breathing in and breathing out and placing our awareness through our breath. Whatever anxiety or anything that we thought we were feeling, we're going to cover it with our breath. We're going to love ourselves. We're going to make love, not war, with ourselves. And every part of our body has a story. And we're just going to listen to that story as we go through the Nidra, without judgment, with acceptance. So let's start with our left ear. What story has been whispered into your left ear and is being whispered into your left ear right now? If perhaps some negative things have been whispered into your left ear in your life, let's just be aware of breathing them out. And our awareness is like a healing balm of acceptance. That we were hurt and now we are free of that hurt. And let's be aware of the right ear now. What is the right ear listening to? What's being whispered into the right ear? The right ear is, of course, connected with the male side. The rational side. And what are we listening to through that right ear? Even words like, this is rubbish, or we're deluded doing this, hugging our little furry animal. Just listening to those words and acknowledging them without needing to comment at all on the judgments which lead us to revenge, dislike, hatred. Just for now, we're breathing those out, and we're breathing in peace and love. We're listening to peace and love through both our left and right ears. And now we're going to be aware of our eyes, our left eye, and together with that, our right eye. What have our left and right eye seen? What is their story? And for now, we're going to, on the out breath, breathe out the things that we wish we hadn't seen, and to imagine a beautiful golden light coming into our eyes, filling us up with the quality that we had that overgrew this wonderment that we feel about life and itself before we started saying and seeing that's a nice and that's not nice. We just saw things as they were in wonderment. And now we're going to become aware of our nose, the left and the right nostril. What smells is in the history of your left and right nostril? For now, I want you to smell the most beautiful image you have of nature, and breathe that in, and breathe out some perhaps more difficult smells where you felt that you had aversion, or someone felt aversion towards you. And now we come to our mouth, and the mouth, our mouths, strangely, we only have one of them. And I want you to just be aware of the history in your mouth. There are times when perhaps you didn't need to say anything at all. You just felt part of something that flowed, that flows, maybe right now. And perhaps you're breathing out a time when you felt criticized or was criticized, and or you criticized something. And we just let that go to realize that that is just the memory of something. And today we can cover that with our breath and release all of those mistaken things that happened. When we were hurt by the word. And now let's become aware of our shoulders and the back of our neck. Just breathing into that area. And in that area, perhaps we are aware of something that we carry there. What is the story in our shoulders and neck? Just acknowledge that. And then our left arm, elbow, wrist and hand. What is the story that we have in our left hand, elbow? And the same on the right side. The right hand, shoulder, arm, elbow, the wrist. What story do we carry in that hand and arm? Perhaps feeling both of the arms, it could be a defensive story, a story of self-protection. Perhaps it could be a story of attack, of hurt. Perhaps it could be a story of creativity and fashioning a loving act, a love letter being written, a poem to anyone, to anything, holding your child in your arms or not, a loved one, could be anything. Just listening to the stories in your hand, in your arms, and for now, taking your furry friend, imaginary or real, and just enveloping them and holding them close to your heart. And now let's become aware of our chest area and the feeling of the story in your heart. So the heart is seen as pure, and it may have a crust over it. For some reason in our lives, we have protected the heart. And for now, just want us to feel absolutely supported and protected and fully at peace as we release and open our heart on the out-breath. We let go, and as the in-breath, we fill up with that beautiful colour of green or pink. Just remembering that time when you were fully loved and fully loving. As you cuddle your furry friend to your heart. So we're going to come back to that feeling in a second, but we want to give our rest of our body some attention as well. So let's be aware of our solar plexus, our perineum, our back, and just breathing in and out of our back area. And what stories do we have, or what do we store in our backbone? The ancients tell us that we store our ancestry there, and just being aware of and giving appreciation of where we come from, extending that love and peaceful feeling to our ancestors, for creating us. Allowing the out-breath to let go of any hurts you may feel. This is normal, but just for borning us. For everything that we have been taught by our teachers. And let us now move to our legs. Our left leg, thigh, knee, calf, ankle and foot. Our right leg, calf, knee and foot. And what are the stories of our left and right leg? Where have they carried us from? Where are they walking us, running us? And the story of running away or to, or just walking, or being still with our legs. What is the story you feel in your legs? And now let's just be aware of our whole body. Our whole body. That's our whole physical body, our whole emotional body, and our whole mental body, all lined up at peace in this moment. And let's just spend 10 minutes in silence, at peace, just listening to our beautiful sound of silence and peace. So let's just spend a moment and slowly come back to feeling our bodies on the ground. And have a little twiddle of our fingers and our toes. And rock gently from side to side. Coming up into sitting position. Perhaps feeling a little more rested and at peace. And let's just bring our hands together over our hearts and say an Om together and repeat Shanti 3 times together by way of finishing the class. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time.